Bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
There you go.
There it is.
Jingle, perfect.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, that gets me so excited. Okay. This is great. Second thing, why is this always so close to me? Spooky.
Spooky, we're back.
Spooky, baby.
Okay, who's gonna roll it first? Just text me when you.
All right. Man. This is fucking great, dude. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we've been rolling.
We're rolling right now? All right. The door's not closed over there. That's okay, though. There's I want to pull up the Chevy ad and read that, but the reason why I'm on the bus and Will's not on the bus is because, like, that's our boy, and we love him to death, but he's sick right now. He's sick in the head because on the flight back from the Bussin Bowl, he said to me that Michigan will see Nebraska in the Big Ten championship, and that was fucking tough to see. And I wanted to get out all my excitement about being the two-time Bussin Bowl champion, one more as a dynasty. I want to get it all out because I didn't want to be nasty towards Will. I didn't want to sit there and just essentially gloat about how great Michigan is and how bad Nebraska is and how we have won the Bussin Bowl and how it'll never go away. I just didn't want to do that in front of him. And when he comes on the show, I'm going to try my best not to be nasty. But let me talk to you about essentially the Michigan football of trucks, and that is the Chevy Silverado. Man, there's a new family of unstoppable grit, and they are the official partner of Bussin' with the Boys family, and that is the Chevy Silverado ZR2 family. The first ever Silverado heavy-duty ZR2 joins the franchise to make the Chevy ZR2 the only truck brand with a full line of trucks ready for wherever your off-road adventure takes you. With exclusive Multimatic DSS feed dampers, rugged mud-terrain tires, and up to 14 available camera views, the Chevy Silverado ZR2 and the Silverado HD ZR2, a family with commanding and unstoppable grit. Head over to Chevy.com. Check out Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks of Bussin' with the Boys. Dog. I knew Michigan was going to win this game. I knew they were gonna cover at 17. I was a little nervous about 20. And when I got to Lincoln, Nebraska, I was like, man, these fans really fucking go hard. We're gonna have to have a talk, Nebraska fans, because I think you guys are special, but there are some things that I need you to take some constructive criticism about, and it's only gonna make you better. Just know I'm trying to make you better. But I will say, when I got to Lincoln, I was like fired up, and I thought, man, we're about to have a fucking game today. And if Michigan would have only won by 7, I would have been nervous with the national championship. We went in that game, and we fucking dominated from the first snap till 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Roman Wilson, mossed your bitch ass. We marched down the field on the first drive. Then on the first drive for Nebraska's offense, first play, 1 yard. It was a gritty one. I'll give you that. And then ball tipped, pick. And this is where we're going to have problems with the fan base. And I'll talk about this later, but I just want to talk about my excitement of the game. Then all of a sudden, 3rd and 1, and we fucking, the training wheels were off after that, boys. And we just absolutely dummied the Cornhuskers. We put it to them like you've never seen. Like Nebraska had, I think, 46 yards rushing allowed. We had 139 in the first half. We rushed for 248. We absolutely dominated. The Cornhuskers, and it was our first away game. It was our first time putting 4 quarters together. The boys in blue, and I know, people are going to be like all up in arms about this. We're the best team in the country right now. They are the best team in the country now. The SEC doesn't know who it is yet, and that's very unheard of because Georgia's just not as good as they were once before. We saw them versus South Carolina. No disrespect to South Carolina, JP Hovey. They're not a contending football team. They're just not. Tennessee, no disrespect to Jack, you lose to Florida. Florida gets pummeled by Kentucky. Michigan has the weakness in the schedule to keep the boys healthy. Really, the scariest game on our schedule is Maryland because we play Penn State, and that's a big game. Then right before the game, you have to go play Maryland. If we can beat Maryland, we're going 12-0, 13-0 again, heading into the playoffs. So we're gonna get that thing done, dude. Okay, let's talk about Nebraska because when I got there, dude, seeing how much seeing how much you people love Nebraska. When truly, if we were sitting here and we're not being disrespectful. We're just saying there's not a whole lot in Nebraska. There's not a whole lot to get charged up about when you're like, where do you live? Oh, I live in Nebraska. No one goes, oh, what part? They go, oh, and that's not rude. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. You stand at a quarter, you see the whole state type of stuff. When I got to Lincoln, I was like, dude, these fans are so loud. And it's like, for me, it was like a kid when you go to Disneyland, you're like, you remember it as a certain spectacle. And I remember 2012, dude. I remember the way you guys dominated us and how loud Memorial Stadium and how the lights were going, how fans were going crazy. Cornhusker fans were just going fucking wild. Left, right, and center, just screaming at Michigan people. And then we lose, and you guys are like, great game, man. Hope you guys stayed healthy. Have a good rest of the year, blah, blah, blah. Nicest fans. I said it before. They're rated E for everyone. This is where we have to have a come to Jesus talk, Nebraska fans. Because, and I mean this, I truly mean this in a constructive way. You guys are the most front-running fan base of all time right now. You guys are. And I get it. I understand why you guys sell out because there's not a whole lot. And that's what you have hang on your program's head right now. That's what you guys have to hang. Like that's a banner. You guys sell out games, and that's great. And it was loud right after the national anthem. It was loud when the Cornhuskers came out. And this is where I truly am trying to be just constructive. When we scored on you guys, it was dead silent. When we got a pick, it was dead silent. When it was 3rd and 1 in the first quarter for Michigan and it was 7-0, you could hear a pin drop. I was on the sidelines with your alumni, and they're hyped up. They're like, it's glad to see each other, dapping each other up. Will, and this is why I didn't want him in the bus, because I don't want him to sit here during this. He'll probably watch it, but I don't want him to sit during this. He literally, when you guys went down 14-0, the stadium was quiet. You guys were no longer loud. It was a shot. And let me just say, and I know Michigan's not the loudest stadium, especially for 150,000 people. It's not a loud stadium, but we're consistent. Like we get the stadium takes away from the loudness, and we got an older crowd. But the level of volume that we're able to obtain is consistent throughout the game. But I would understand you guys would want to take that shot, and you're more than welcome to take that shot. We're not a very loud stadium. It was 14-0, and I'm like, how you doing, Will? And Will literally says to me, man, no one better dap me up right now. I'm pissed. Less than 60 seconds later, Kenny Bell goes up to Will and goes, hey, man, let's all get a photo. Guess whose fake teeth are out? Guess whose pearly whites are out? Big fucking smile. Literally a dap up. And then 30 dudes are taking a photo, excited, while it's 14-0. I got the video, and I'll actually send it, Mitch, I'm going to send it to you to put in this show. It's tough, man. And I was being nasty. In the first quarter. I was talking shit, and I was literally on the Nebraska sideline wearing a Michigan t-shirt, wearing a Michigan hat. I think I'm wearing it now. This is actually the biggest win of the day, biggest win of the weekend. Wearing this hat and wearing our Bussin with the Boys Michigan merch. And I was being a little nasty. Once we went up 14-0, I was like, hey, Matt Rule's going to get these guys on the right track, blah, 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 all that. But very, very disappointing. As me, an opposing fan, excited to see Memorial Stadium. You can see you guys are just hanging on by a thread right now as far as like your fandom. And that's understandable. But man, it's front running. And you guys are really bad. And Will is your number one fan. Will is the guy that's going to sing from the rafters. He thinks you guys are going to do better than 500. He thinks you guys are going to go to the Big Ten championship, and that's completely wrong. But you've got to fucking love that, man. That's being a fan of sports. I feel like I've said enough, right? We can get Will in here. How long was that?
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I did enjoy Barry's. I thought Barry's was great. I thought the live show was phenomenal. You guys were loud during the live show. You were much louder during the live show than you were actually in the stadium. Because I do feel like I want to be a little bit more nasty before Will comes on here. But I don't want to say anything I don't mean. But you guys were great at the live show. Fantastic at the live show. I wish you guys showed that same energy on Saturday. And I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you guys that you got to witness the 2023 national champions on the same field. Like, that is cool. It's cool for you guys to say, in 2023, the national champion college football team played in Lincoln. That's cool. That's something, that's like you guys saying we have a 97 national championship. That's like something you guys have to hang your hat on probably for the rest of your lives. Because, man, Will had the best speech ever, too. Rivaled any movie. Rivaled any fucking movie. But, man, it was domination. It was domination. And also, dude, what are y'all fucking doing celebrating 7 points with 2 minutes left in the game when you're down 45-0? What are you guys, what is that? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad ball. That's bad ball. But I want to get out all this negative energy because Willie's my boy and I fucking love him and I hate to see him hurt the way he has. And, it's his fault. It's really his fault, the way his pain, because he should have seen it coming. But you've got to love the man for having that type of pride. You've got to love him for it, right? You text Will?
No, I didn't. But you got to respect Will's love for Nebraska.
You got to respect that. You've got to respect that, man. That's beautiful. There's a thing on Instagram or TikTok that was like, you want to know if you have a good man? It's if his team he roots for is bad. That's how you know Will Compton's a good man. Because you're bad, Nebraska. Now, I'm going to give some flowers real quick because I don't want this to turn into like, let's all hate on Taylor. I'm on your guys' side. I want Nebraska to be good. I'm not going to do it in a devilish way that Dave Portnoy did that I did play into a little bit, but Matt Rule is going to get you guys on the right track. If you look at his track record, I believe it was at Temple, Baylor. When he gets time, he gets players and he wins games. I think he had like 1 win in Temple, then all of a sudden 6 wins, then all of a sudden 9 or 10 wins, then he went to Baylor. And it was kind of like the same wins those 2 years, and then the third year they're winning 10, 11 games. Like, Nebraska might really be it. And you guys have the nicest facilities in college football. But you guys are fucking bad at football right now. Oh. And I'm going to stop being nasty. And I want you to know I wasn't being nasty. I was kind of just more being a matter of fact.
Sounds good. Good to be here. Spooktober.
Spooktober's here.
Where do we go? Did you do Chevy?
I did the Chevy ad. We could probably hit another ad right now. I think we're about 15 minutes in, right? We'll wait a little bit, dude. We'll wait. Dude, as you're watching this, it's October 3rd. What do we do in Spooktober? We don't refer to it as October anymore. I'm going to hit you with the rules real quick on Spooktober. It's going to be quick and easy, painless. It's no longer October. It's now Spooktober. You watch something Halloween-y, spooky every single day, and people are probably like, I don't want to watch scary movies. You don't have to. You can watch, the Nickelodeon's version of Paw Patrol when they save the pumpkin patch. That's a spook. You can watch Saw. You can watch Hills Have Eyes. And then you can watch Halloween Town. But make sure you get like even 10, 15 minutes in it just to keep you in the mood for 31 Days of Fright. The third rule we're going to get into here is plan something every week because it's a special time and you only get it in these 31 days. Pumpkin patches, Halloween, haunted houses. You want even just going to your local coffee shop and getting a seasonal drink. That's what I did this morning. I dropped my kids off at school. Went to the coffee shop, had myself a pumpkin spice. And that's what I did. And the fourth one is you just embrace these 31 days because it's going to go by like that. And just like that, you're into the holiday season. Willie, how we feeling, brother?
Better days ahead.
You're hurt right now.
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
It's been a down weekend. I mean, it's been an awesome weekend, but it was also a down weekend.
It was awesome.
We got whooped.
Yeah.
We got whooped.
But you did incredible on slips and picks. Like you're above 500 in a big way.
Oh yeah. Good weekend of gambling. I think I went on the bets that I did. I think I only lost 2. Like on the ones that I actually did on the sports book, on the
Nice.
Barstool sports book.
And looks like you got a new pair of shoes too. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I've been waiting to pull these boys out for Spooktober. So 'tis the season.
'Tis the season indeed.
Got a reason for the season. But slips and picks. I mean, it's part of my good, but going Jets plus 8.5 right before the game started is like, I mean, that's masterful work. That's masterful work.
Yeah, it's not gonna count in the stat sheet of slips and picks, but it's still a big.
Yeah, it doesn't have to, but if you follow slips and picks and you're like, okay, I'm gonna follow along with the gambling. Like if I get it out before the game, like in my head, sure that record doesn't count, but I mean, I didn't go Chiefs to cover.
Yeah,
if you follow me, you know, like, oh, Will switching it up right here.
Yeah, if you're talking about real money, you're talking about real money.
I'm talking about making the actual picks. Like, hey,
yeah.
I can switch up, but I didn't be like, if I would have put an official statement, I'm officially switching it, I should have done that. But to me, in my head, I know the stat says 6-5, but I went 7-4. Like I picked that game. I picked the Jets that game,
and that's big.
Yeah, I picked Jets, Bills. What else?
You picked
lost in the Patriots one.
You lost in the Patriots one. You lost in the. No, you went 3-4.
I went 3-1.
Yeah, you went. 3-1
in the big dog games.
Yeah, and then I think
the big dog games.
The under overs. I know I went undefeated in those unders. I picked under for everything.
Yeah,
that's slips and picks talk. You guys can jump on slips and picks. It'll be on Thursday. We're still trying to really iron out what the time's going to be on that, man. But
we're getting out the wrinkles, but that's a good show. You guys would love it.
Yeah. Now that Will's back on the bus, we can officially start the show. We've officially done the Chevy yet, but we can officially start the show. This is what you have to look forward to right here. We're going to talk about the weekend because it was the Bussin Bowl, and I'm not going to be nasty because I was already nasty. Spooktober, we've touched on that a little bit, dude. We're going to do the good.
You were nasty on the Bussin Bowl?
They got us beat. We have the twisted question of the week, which decent, right? You got a decent one today, Mitchie?
I was just, while you were going on your monologue, I was looking for a bunch, and I got some heaters.
Phenomenal. George Kittle's going to be joining us, which, he's the boy, dude. He's awesome.
You had a monologue.
On a 4-0. No.
You had a monologue.
You can watch it. It'll literally be out tomorrow at 6 a.m.
I'm on Illinois. I was just
Dude Wife's Shittiest Moment of the Week.
And then Tier Talk with George Kittle, but you got nasty. You got nasty about the Bussin Bowl?
No, I didn't get. Did I really get that nasty? No.
Mitch,
if anything,
did it get nasty?
I was constructive.
Nasty is you can choose how you want to. Subjective term. But with Taylor, he could have been a lot worse. But he could have also been nicer.
Right. I could have been nicer, but I had to get it out. There's a reason why Will was on the bus. If I was just going to be nice the whole time, I would have just let Will come on the bus and be like, yeah, we won. We rushed for 248 yards. They were only holding us to 48. The defense was only holding 48 rushing yards a game. We put 45 on them. And I would have been just like statistical. I wouldn't have been nasty. But I had to say a couple things and get it out because there was a couple things about your fans I wanted to really talk about. But we got it all out. And I think me and the Nebraska Cornhuskers are in a good place right now.
Did we talk about the very big no with the Bussin Bowl as it pertains to the Bussin' with the Boys crew? The shit that gets you beat, honestly. It's not even the bad.
That's in the shit that gets you beat. Should we hit? Do you want to hit shit gets you beat?
That's in there? You got that in the
I got it in my
segment? Okay, we can wait because that does need to be addressed. That needs to be taken care of.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about the good, the bad, and the shit that gets you beat, and then after that we'll do a weekend recap.
Okay.
Sound good?
For the good, do you want me to rattle off my list, or you want to go
rattle off your list, boss?
I will go. My good, the Titans. The Titans put an ass whooping on the Bengals, and Jack, I loved your little rivalry going on with that offensive player who's like, fuck
Karras
you.
or whatever. He's a wiener, dude.
Fucking nerd.
What was he saying coming off after the playoff game?
That was last year. He was just like, fuck you, Tennessee. Fuck you. Like, get out of our state.
He was even worse than that. He goes, up yours, Tennessee.
That was last year in the regular season?
That was after the regular season loss, not the playoff loss.
Got you.
But yeah, that was from
With the Titans, I mean, just putting an ass whooping on the Bengals, man. And it's confusing. I just don't know what to think of the boys in the two-tone blue. It's like fucking.
I just can't imagine paying a guy $1 billion and then having this kind of a dumpster fire going on in your organization. So
Hang on now, Jack. It's all good. Hey, this is the good. This is the good.
Yeah,
I need
this
you
is
to
the
fall
good,
back.
yeah.
I need you to fall back.
But
I know you're the Grim Reaper out right now, embracing the spook, ready to come after the fan base.
respect that.
But this is the good we're going through. The Titans good. CJ Stroud. The kid is a stud. 306 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I got him in mind
His
too.
presser
Yeah.
afterwards talking about, oh no, losing at home doesn't fly with me. Like, you see the culture growing in Houston right now. And I'm a fan of CJ Stroud. He hasn't thrown a pick yet, and the dude is balling as a rookie. So I had him. The Bills, Josh Allen, 21 for 25 for 320 and 4 tutters. Zach Wilson in the Jets defense. Spooktober went to Build-A-Bear yesterday. Dressed it up. Got a little spooky pajamas for Rue. The Bear's name, Bear. And so we embraced the spook yesterday by going to Build-A-Bear and making sure we had a spooky outfit for the spooky season. And then going Jets 8.5. Jets plus 8.5 pregame. I think that's as heady as a move as you'll get. That wraps up my good.
That's good. I like the fact that you went and did something spooky because I saw you on Twitter yesterday and I thought to myself when we were working out this morning, he didn't do anything for Spooktober. And I didn't even bring it up because I didn't want to be hurt.
I'll take a photo of the pajamas.
No. I believe you. I'm glad to hear that. I'm also glad I didn't have to ask.
Okay.
And
I'm glad that surprised you and fired you up a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And that put a big smile on my face. My good. Obviously, let's do the first one. It's Spooktober. And it's just the opening of the holiday seasons. And that is, I think, the biggest thing that people need to realize about Spooktober is not just about the cobwebs and the frights and trick-or-treating and all that. It's really about like, oh, we're in the holiday season now. And at the end of this holiday season, you're in a new year with new opportunities, New Year's resolutions. And this is just the best way to start it, man. The best way to start when the leaves start falling. It's going to be the most beautiful time of year before the most barren, ugliest time of year. But we get to witness beauty, man. There's literally fog rolling through the hills when I was driving to go work out this morning as the sun was creeping up
and falling. Like it's a good vibe.
It just fires me up.
It's a good vibe.
So that's a good one. Michigan Athletics 45-7, obviously in the Bussin Bowl. That's a good of mine. That's a really good one. They show that they're the best team in the country. They should be number one. They really should be number one after just this week's performance. Winning the Bussin Bowl 2 years in a row, you win one more, you become a dynasty. So that is another one for me. I'm not going to be nasty, but I do think that.
Hang on, are you saying you win 3 Bussin trophies, you're a dynasty?
If you win 3 trophies, you're a dynasty.
If you win 3 natties, maybe you're a dynasty.
Are you saying the Bussin Bowl is not the most prestigious college football trophy of all time?
Maybe
if we win it one more time,
maybe
we're a dynasty.
Rivalry trophy, but we have to win first to make it like it's that prominent.
You guys don't have to because both schools have agreed to it. It's done.
It's a trophy game. Absolutely. I'm not saying it's not a trophy game, but to say you win 3 Bussin Bowls, you're a dynasty.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. That's a wild. Of all the takes you have about Nebraska, see, this is the good. We'll talk about we'll talk about the bad later. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going. ETFF's parlay hitting this week on Slips and Picks. That is awesome because I now know that people that are coming to watch on Thursday, it's not just a fun time watching 3 guys in the camaraderie. You're really watching, and you're winning, and you're making money. So that's really cool. Willie had this. CJ Stroud, dude, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, has yet to throw an interception in the National Football League. Has yet to throw an INT on a team that you and I sat here and said the Houston Texans are dead. They're very much alive. CJ Stroud, and I'm willing to say this right now, the best quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State. The statistics are already there. It's not a huge feat, but it's still something. Derrick Henry finally getting 100 yards for the year. That's big. Good for him to get back on track. GPOT. Peter Strayes and Jason McCourty shouting out JP on Good Morning Football for Push Up Tuesday.
Big time. JP Push Up Tuesday getting the love. Dude.
Yeah. And then Michigan rushing for 249 yards. The Bussin Bowl against a team who was only allowing 46.2 yards per game and only 1.83 yards per carry. We had 131 in the first half. That's my good. So, I mean.
Hey, on the note of Derek, also him becoming, did you say the record he broke? He became the second all-time leading rusher in Titans history.
I didn't put that in, but there's that.
Yeah,
I should have done that instead of him just getting 100 yards.
And now is second to Eddie George all-time.
How many does he need to beat Eddie? Because that's where you beat the record.
I think he's still off by like 1,000 or so. Because Eddie's
like
time.
Eddie's a lot
like
of ball this year.
300 something.
A lot of ball this year. You talking about 1,000 yards?
2,000 or like 1,500.
1,400? It's
yeah.
We got a lot of ball left.
Hold on.
We got a lot of ball left.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend like he can't fucking get that.
1,391. If we're being detailed.
Is that it? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
1,380. Yeah, you're right. Because the 9 up there, it's not 10,000 yards.
Right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Also 18 games less than Eddie George played with the Titans, and is that 16?
Well, he'll get
16 more TDs.
Knock on wood, staying healthy the full season. He'll be how many what's the records right now? 4 games in?
Yeah, 4 games.
17, so he's got 13 more games.
Get 2,000?
No.
13, and then if the boys get in the playoffs, I mean, he'll get more because he's saying this is the X many games behind Eddie.
They got to keep playing, calling plays like they did yesterday. Like the play action came alive like crazy. That was awesome. That was so cool to see. And they did like 4 plays in a row play action, where if you're the Bengals, you got to kind of do something, right?
you guys, nuts. You gotta
like four play actions in a row.
Bengals don't look good.
They look bad, man. But let's actually talk about the bad. You want to go, or you want me to?
You want to go first on the bad list?
I'll start the bad. The bad Patriots, man. It's kind of just sad to see because we all grew up watching Bill Belichick and Tom Brady crush it, and everyone just be afraid of the Patriots. When I first got in the NFL, when you first got in the NFL, low key, everyone was kind of scared. That's like, have you seen the movie Catch Me If You Can? Hey, why do the Yankees always win the pennant? Because they're always staring at the pinstripes. That's what Leonardo DiCaprio's dad says to him when they go get a loan at the bank. But that's essentially what the Patriots are doing. AJ Brown getting a taunting call with 1:44 left in the game against the Commanders.
That almost got them beat, dude.
And the Commanders should have gone for 2.
And AJ on like when they were going down and about scoring, AJ's like trying to pump him up from the sideline.
Yeah,
it's just like
that's self-preservation.
Yeah, it's like son of a bitch. I did do that taunting penalty,
and it really wasn't that bad of a taunting penalty. You could have let it ride, but handing the ball to an official, like, don't leave it in the hands of the official. That's what Mike Vrabel was saying.
The cornerback played at Mississippi State, maybe giving him a little shit talk.
Home fans getting quiet when it's 7-0 on 3rd and 1 in a trophy game. That's one of the bads. Dolphins drinking the Kool-Aid after putting up 70. I should have known, and Chet Savage should have known, but Gecko knew. Any team that's put up 70 points the next week, they go 1-6 statistically.
0-7 against the spread.
0-7 against the spread, but 1-6 from the straight up. Celebrating a touchdown when you're down 45 in a trophy game, that's also bad. And then going from 0 Ohio State stuff and then overcompensating and wearing too much Ohio State stuff the day it comes in, being layered up with multiple stuff and a hat that's begging for its life. That's my bad. That's my bad. I think we know who we're talking about.
My bad is the Bengals, man. Jamar Chase saying I'm always open.
I'm always fucking open.
I'm always fucking
excuse
open.
My profanity.
And him and excuse my profanity. And him and Joe played together in college like that. Their boy, there's some shit happening right now.
Well, can I say something about that? I don't think he's talking about Joe. I think he's talking about Zach Taylor. He's talking about the coaching, the play calling.
Maybe he said he's always open. If he's always open, and throw him the rock. But who knows?
Do that then.
Blowing a 28-7 lead heading into the fourth quarter. Fucking Bears. Not hearing from the Bears D coordinator still. Not going for the 2-point conversion to win at Philly. That was some shit.
You should have absolutely.
You gotta go for 2 in that situation.
Run too.
Yeah, and also to round out the bad, hemorrhoids. I have one. I'm fighting for my life right now, but that rounds out my bad. And you want to move into the shit that gets you beat?
Yeah, before we do that, dude, I want to talk about just grabbing tickets. Grabbing tickets last second, and that's with the Game Time app, dude. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets in the next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. Hey, Bussin Bowl this week. We had last second, a couple guys wanted to join with. What we do? Bing, bang, boom. We hit the Game Time app. It was easy peasy, dude. And Nebraska, the thing they hang their hat on is always sold out. We were able to get those tickets, though, no problem. Man, you get last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsor deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. With Zone Deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. That's fantastic, especially in this economy. Take down the guesswork. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code BUSSIN, BUSSIN, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUSSIN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, low price, guaranteed. Let's talk about the shit that gets you beat.
Going off of the not going for two to win and to try to get the win in Philly against everybody out there in Philadelphia. Shit to get you beat. Presser saying your team is too tired to go for two.
You say that?
Yeah, he did. He said the offense was gassed. It was a long
but you
drive.
take a timeout. You can go for two. Like, you can slow it down.
I mean, you're trying to win the fucking game. We can't put the nuts on the table for a play.
And I'll tell you this,
have it for the 2 point.
As a player, if you're tired, we're just talking about being tired.
Yeah.
Would much rather go for two than overtime. Because you're going to be more tired.
Yeah. It's like, yo, let's try to
let's just win this thing. Win or lose, boys. Right now, coin flip. Let's go.
Yeah.
Our best versus your best. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Some sort of pick scheme, get the ball out fast. Let's go win a game.
Yeah, bro. And again, it's like the Washington, the energy that they have going into this year and everything else. It's like, yeah, you're at Philly against arguably the best team in the league. And your rival. It's like, yo, let's just go for this fucking win. You don't get it. At least you know. Yo, we're trying to fucking win this game. We're not trying to go into OT.
Dude, it's sickening.
Staying over at your girl's house the day before a game when you have a curfew. Being too cool to wear team colors at the game.
Hold on, time out. I don't know if that last one counts really because they didn't lose.
What are you talking about?
Stay at your girl's house when there's a team curfew.
Yeah, but that's the shit that'll get you beat. It'll come back. You know what I'm saying? It'll come back at some point. It'll come back around.
That little scoff is so funny, bro. That is
wearing a Bears uniform.
That's actually literally my first one.
And then that's it. That was fucking wearing the Bears uniform.
You took a couple, but I will start with the shit that gets you beat. I have here Bears, just being a part of the team. You've lost.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I have written down. That's disgusting, man. And really, when you're watching Red Zone and all the games during the day, you look at them and you're like, oh shit, like they're about to get their first dub against the Broncos, who are also a really bad team. But look how many points they've put up. And then literally you like walk away from the game and you come back. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah,
how the fuck did that happen?
Like Broncos scored and then just 28
minutes.
unanswered.
Quickly.
28 unanswered. And everybody's talking about Sean Payton is just the worst hire of all to the worst trade. They gave up this, they gave up that.
I don't know.
And then next thing you know, they're coming on a run and they come back and win the game. And did you see, oh man, I don't know if we're still doing the nuts, but that's the savage post of the week. I think I did. Who was it? Mac Hollins?
It was
Mac Hollins, or is that it? From the Falcons on the savage one? This week it was
Judy.
Is it Jerry Judy?
Jerry Judy, yeah.
Jerry Judy.
Wide receiver for the Broncos.
Yeah, quoted
Philip Lindsay.
Who played for the Broncos.
Running back for them. And he was saying they got, receivers got to get open, this and that. He's like, it's good to see you tuned in from the crib or something like that.
Yeah, he said,
oh,
you spend all that money and they can't show up.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. And Jerry Judy
That's crazy.
Just came up behind him with a gun to his head.
No fucking question. After a dub, too.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Shit that gets you beat. Rodney Harrison with a disgusting display on Sunday Night Football postgame, dude. That shit. Like, he was a stud, man. What, 14, 15 years in the NFL?
Yeah,
like,
no, he was a headhunter. He's a great safety, great at playing football.
But what are we trying to accomplish with any of that discussion? Like, to put down Wilson like that, like, yeah, we could, like, I'm sure we've been nasty a few times, but Chris Jones handled it like a pro. That's the shit that wins, and I want to put that in the good, but I really want to talk about how bad Rodney Harrison was. That was
Yeah, no, that was out of line.
Journalism.
It's not like you're, we say stuff too, but you're in the national media, like you're handling post game, and you're trying to get.
You're wearing a suit and tie.
Yeah, and you're trying to talk good questions. You got Chris Jones there, talk about the win, getting out of there with the win, yada yada yada. But really trying to intentionally give effort to get him to talk shit on Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Is insane. And I can't wait to root for Zach Wilson that much more because the dude is like, I mean, he takes a lot of heat. Who was it? Joe Namath that came out the week before on his podcast or show is Zach Wilson. He's not it. He sucks, blah, blah, blah. They have, like, you could be in the dumps so quick with how much just the world hates you.
Getting body bag
like that, bro. And to come out and, man, and almost beat the fucking Chiefs. And to me, they should have. I thought they played much better that game than the Chiefs did.
That defensive holding call was sauce, dude.
I know, bro. I mean,
crazy.
He did kind of tug him.
Yeah, but it's like
kind of tug him.
Big moments in the game. Like, is it egregious? Is it?
I feel you.
Is it
That's
Saints
true.
Rams NFC Championship 2019 or whatever it was, 2020?
Right.
That's egregious, and that wasn't even called. This is.
I know, ticky-tack, bro.
Ticky-tacky as fuck.
3rd and 22, and I know it's up for debating in the gray area about that holding call and everything else, but it did seem like the refs were just in the pocket of the Chiefs and the NFL because the NFL is trying to blow up this celebrity thing with so they got him as their background. That shit is gay, dude.
Dude, it is so lame. It's so lame. And then we were talking this before. The banner is Taylor Swift. And then what's the bio in NFL right now? It's like, we had so much fun with you this weekend.
They've already changed it. They're backtracking because they're fucking idiots and they're exploiting
Rodney Harrison in the back there.
Jackson Grim Reaper.
I mean, it's so fucking weird.
That's a weird deal. It's a weird deal, but you got to show your face a little bit.
I'm speaking for the public, and I'm not alone on this. It's like creepy now. It's like they're putting Taylor Swift as the banner of the NFL Twitter account, and it's like all these close-up shots of her face. It just seems like they're exploiting a situation to gain followers and capitalizing off of her massive success and stuff. It's just weird. It's taking away from the game, and it's taking away from the other players who don't get that moment. And the moment is now on Taylor Swift, and it's not on guys who have worked their entire life to be in these games playing for big opportunities. And now it's like, oh my God, Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds are at the game drinking. Like, whoa. To me, it's just taking away from hard work that other players have put into.
Listen, all fair points. There is a level of, I agree on a lot of those things. There is a level of, if you're the NFL, you've got to understand, yes, if one of the biggest stars in the world is coming to your games, you need to exploit that from a business standpoint of trying to get clicks and gaining your following. But there's a classy way to do it, and we've overstepped a little bit. I think publicly we can sit there and we'd probably be in an 80-20 situation where people or the majority is going to agree they've done it the wrong way. They could have handled that way better and gained just as many followers.
Yeah, I think leveraging the Taylor Swift stuff is like
the game.
You got to make that move. Like, that is the game. Like, I'll obviously say, like, the NFL's putting her on the map, but like, that is the game. I will say, I feel like the effort to go into doing all of this stuff, like every video, hype video, it's like this Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift saga. Like, it's there
was a video played before. I saw you tweet about it.
Yeah, they did like a whole Taylor and Travis like fucking thing when it's like they're like, the thing that makes me mad is like the players who work their asses off to be overshadowed by a relationship that is most likely going to last a couple months.
Oh, hang on, Jack. Like,
it might be love though.
It might be. They
might like each other. He's a friend of the bus.
I love Travis. This isn't any shot against Travis. It's a shot that they're giving all of this like media, whatever, highlight, spotlight to something that's been going on for 2 weeks when there's cats out there that have played for decades of their lives
Well, you can just find, outside of the cats that have been playing decades, you can just find storylines within the game with the Zach Wilson, the Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, just stuff that is going on with the game versus, the relationship of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Pacheco literally scored like a 40-yard touchdown.
Sick play.
And the first thing they did was show a shot of Taylor Swift, like her reacting and like freaking out.
Yeah,
Pacheco's from like 2 hours away from
New Jersey, yeah.
And that's his first time playing back there, like since like being drafted. and they decided to.
And that's a great storyline to like know and like play into in that moment. I agree.
Because here's the deal too. We know there's a camera on Taylor Swift the entire game. Let Pacheco give him his moment. Blah blah. New Jersey kid, look at him. He's back here, gets the touchdown. Couple plays into it, maybe kickoff happens. Offenses and defenses are coming on the field. Let's get a reaction from Taylor Swift and how she felt about that play. Boom.
Or like, when they cut the commercial, like, oh, Taylor Swift even enjoying this.
Taylor Swift enjoying the Pacheco touchdown. Blah blah blah.
Not doing it as he scored.
No. I'm with you.
You need Rich Eisen in the booth. You need Rich Eisen in the booth. He would handle that shit. The best.
Even though Rich was very mean throughout the entirety of Saturday.
He was my hero. I got a question before I finish the rest of my shit to be. Does Stoner Jack hate love?
I would look at him. Yeah, boy.
Did you just call me Stoner Jack?
Yeah, I thought I'd bring the old one back, dude.
No, I don't hate love at all.
Jack Reaper back there.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
Nah, it doesn't seem like it, dude.
Yeah, I was.
Jack's somebody who loves the game so much. He doesn't got time for all that nonsense.
He has the perfect take on it too, with like these guys who have played their whole life.
I know.
It's like, how do you not get behind it?
Yeah.
But then you think to yourself, what's he up to? With the cloak on.
I don't hate Taylor Swift either. I think
she's the best.
She's a generational talent. I think it's cool. There's a way to incorporate it all. I just think they've gone a little bit over the edge.
And just,
hey, that right there, 100% agree with everything you just said.
Yeah. And wear some gear.
Yeah.
Wear some cheese gear. You got.
We did talk about this morning.
You got that whole squad going in there, not geared up. That's the shit that gets you beat.
That's the shit that gets you beat.
I'm telling you, it's not going to come
that
back.
Is some Nashville Predators going to a game type shit. It's like, where the shit?
If you're going to buy the fuck in. Because that shit's going to come back.
Even if they're not your team. Like, if you're not a Jets fan or a Kansas City fan, where... I'll tell you, I don't want to say who I'm most upset with because I told Will this morning. I just don't.
You could say it, dude.
I just feel I don't want to. That's my guy. I love him.
There's nothing wrong with some accountability.
Just like the first 15 minutes of this podcast from Nebraska fans. You're right. Thank you for giving me that confidence.
Listen, you don't need.
I will say. No, I'm not being nasty. I'm not being nasty, but I feel like you brought up some good points just now. You brought up a good point. Ryan Reynolds, man. I didn't feel. It felt like high school. The high school cool girl was having a party, and you went to go. Because I never seen Ryan be a fan of football. I've never seen it. I know he's a soccer guy.
Because Blake Lively and Taylor Swift are good friends.
See, that's all I need to hear.
Out, and so Blake Lively being the wife of Ryan Reynolds for the last 11 years. That is why.
I didn't know that, and thank you.
I don't care. We're red.
I still think it's disrespectful that they didn't even give Ryan Reynolds a name card when he was.
That is crazy.
Dude. Or Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
You had the Wolverine Deadpool.
He walked through the metal detector and didn't even set it off.
Hell yeah, Mitch.
Dude, let me
love that, dude.
Let me finish the rest of my all right, the rest of my bad. After all that. Following pop culture and picking Travis Kelce anytime TD on Bet the Boys parlay, that one goes to the mule. Because we would have hit if he would have picked a different one.
I'd pick that.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the shit that gets you beat?
That's the shit that gets you beat. Well, it got our parlay beat because we all hit other than that.
That's a wild reach, but go ahead.
The parlays only count if you hit all of them, right? I'm new to the gambling thing, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Right?
I actually know that.
Jack? I'm just asking.
I just didn't know that.
That's my soul to Blake Lively thing. Can we not talk about that?
I don't know if that's how we're operating with the shit that gets you beat, but noted for future shit that gets you beat stuff.
Okay. And you're gonna hate the rest of these ones. Nebraska losing 23 in a row against top 25 teams since 2016. That's the shit gets you beat. That's how you like.
Dude, that's reaching hard to hate Nebraska right now.
I'm not hating.
But why are we even talking about 23 in a row?
It's the theme of the
guys
weekend.
won the Bussin Bowl.
That was in my weekend, and Nebraska was on my mind.
You guys won the Bussin Bowl. You beat our ass. It's all good. But saying like 23 in a row and bringing up histories and doing all that stuff, like you're just reaching to fucking hate Nebraska right now.
I don't hate Nebraska. I think it's very clear. If you watch the first 15 minutes, I do not hate Nebraska at all.
I'm saying that comment right there is a reach.
That shit gets you beat.
That's a reach to hate on Nebraska.
Don't be. Hey, don't.
That's a reach on hating Nebraska.
You're better than that.
Trust
I have
me.
one more. I
will be there when you fall. I will be there when you fall.
Sounds like you can't wait. You have 7 years to prove it. 7 years.
What do you mean?
Nebraska and Michigan play for the next 7 years in a row.
No. I'm talking Michigan fall at any point this season.
So you are no longer rooting for Michigan?
No. Absolutely not.
Why?
Because
of that right there?
No, because of all of it combined, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait until you guys have a hiccup. It's over.
So if we're in the national championship against the SEC
I'm not rooting
school,
for you. I'm rooting for a debacle.
Yeah. So my last She Gets You Beat is going to be this is the worst. This pissed me off the most, man. Not picking a side on the Bussin Bowl. I think that is as wrong gets.
And it's just soft. It's like
soft.
fucking, buy into it, dude.
It's 10-ply tissue paper. It's rough.
Oh,
it's marshmallow bullshit.
I got this. I got this. Hey, Will, check this out in the
if
store.
you're gonna do my voice, you sound pretty similar.
No, I know. Mine's recovering a little
bit.
bit.
Blackout game. And so I went all black.
Shut up. That's so
what do you mean
lame.
you had a blackout game?
Tennessee had a blackout.
Okay,
game.
well then say
Jack.
it from the get-go. Don't say I'm gonna come out with a video and then
Literally
be in the
for
store
weeks
being
in a
like,
row.
hey Will.
Hey, Jack, this is a great time to lay down your sword and bend the knee,
I'm
man.
laying down my
For
sword
what?
Because I didn't choose one of y'all's.
At the end of the day,
Yes.
at the end of the day, we travel for the Bussin Bowl. We bring the entire squad, so that
This
way we
podcast started a trophy
we
game.
can decide who's like just having fun with the group. You got to pick a side. You got to go and pick a side, and you don't fluff it up like you're teasing.
Even Stephen Bond, who's been a part of this thing for 2 months, picked a
He
side.
still needs to go wear blue.
He needs to wear
That's the
blue.
thing,
Yeah.
though. You still got to wear the color.
You coach that up, but at least he told me,
Yeah.
and he did pull me to the side too. He should have made that a public thing, but he pulled me to the side and said he's rooting for Michigan.
But
That-
having two of the core guys just like
Two of the-
not pick.
Our longest tenured guys.
Yeah.
2 guys that have been in the locker room the longest, that understand, that have literally been watched this podcast be built brick by brick,
Yeah.
under 100,000 subscribers. Under. It's just, that's disgusting.
It's just a soft
That's
move.
soft.
It's a soft move.
And that's the shit that gets you beat. That is the shit that gets you beat more than anything.
Well, Tennessee won this weekend, so guess I didn't lose.
Self-preservation, Jack McPherson. That's literally gonna be on your tombstone when you're all done. Spooky.
The Tennessee
Yeah,
game had
you have
nothing to do with the
self-preserve
mission.
to live.
No, you don't.
The Tennessee game had nothing to do with the Bussin Bowl.
I never said it did. I
But
just said
that all we're
I
saying is shit that
I had
got
a
you beat.
blackout, so I wore bussin gear at the Bussin Bowl.
No, that's gross. Here's what you should do,
That's
Jack.
Gross.
Jack, this is what you do. You pick your team. I don't care you pick Nebraska. I don't care what side you pick. I just want you to pick. Then, as soon as the game's over, you take the shirt off. You put the Tennessee one on. Guess what?
Right in time for game.
Plenty of time.
Right in time for
Hours,
the game.
actually.
Yeah.
Our singular.
But right in
Even better.
time.
That's fine. It's all the same. It's all the same. You fucked up, and here's the worst part. You do see it, but you won't admit it. Your ego's getting in the way right now, and that's
There's no
gross.
ego. There's no
Gross,
ego.
dude. And I hate when people say the word gross like that. It's a chick thing to do. But here we are. Now, shit that gets you beat. I got one more.
Good God.
Yeah,
you
one
got
more.
the longest list.
Changing your opinion after a football game with your best friend on how the Big Ten needs to be great, and will now root against your buddy's school, even though you guys both said you'd root for the schools. That's the shit that gets you beat in a friendship. What do we got, dude? Should we do the twisted question?
Let's get into it. Bring up the Twisted Tea read. This twisted question is brought to you by Twisted Tea, the smoothest hard iced tea out there. Perfect for pool parties, perfect for game days. You're going to keep it twisted with the boys. To all the Twisted Kings and Queens out there, you can pick it up anywhere. Twisted Tea is worldwide pretty much. Grab one today. Mitch, throw up that twisted question, brother.
All right. Twisted question this week. Would you rather meet your ancestors or meet your great-great-grandkids?
That's a really good question.
Ancestors or great-great-grandkids? That is a good one.
Great grandkids. So my kids.
Your kids, grandkids.
Kids,
I'd want to meet my
grandkids. So great-grandkids.
Yeah.
Twice removed.
so your kids, grandkids. Right?
Your kids' kids is your grandkids.
This show, man.
Your kids' kids is your grandkids. Your kids' kids is your great-grandkids.
Yeah, and then do one more.
Kids, because we're looking at great.
I might meet my
grandkids.
great-grandkids.
Hey, you have been on those subs. You've been on those supplements.
I met my great-grandpa. All right. No, I met my great-grandma.
Yeah, and it's your great.
Also, kids.
One
That's
more.
good. So with the kids I'm meeting, would they know my kids? That's really what I'm trying to figure out right now.
I would want to meet. I don't know.
Mitch, I'm having a hard time following how many kids. Would it be possible for my kids?
Your great grandkids' kids.
So they wouldn't know my kids now. They wouldn't know when
they would know them as great grandparents.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll just tell you where I stand on this. I don't know very much at all about my ancestors. I know actually nothing. So I don't know what coolness is back there. There's rumors about Al Capone's right-hand man, but I think that was like my dad trying to tell me cool shit when I was a kid. Because my family was like in the Midwest. My dad was like, hey, Al Capone's right-hand man. You're actually related to him. And I'm like, oh, yo, for real? Like, that's the kind of shit that doesn't get you beat. That's shit that you win with. But I don't think that's true at all. And I don't think I came from Vikings, but I mean, I'm like Eastern European and Mexican. Like, there's not a whole lot. So I'm really thinking I would want to meet my great two great grandkids. I don't want to do that for the off chance of just seeing what's happened with the Lawan lineage, and with the hope and pray that my two kids now have lived long enough to those two kids knew them. And I'd be like, hey, what are your great grandparents like? So I would just be able to see that kind of like different layers of like how my kids obviously as babies now, and then knowing them or hearing about what they were like when I'm obviously long gone. So that my pick would be my great grandkids.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were going to go ancestors.
You would be able to flex on your ancestors though, because you're most likely the wealthiest person in your lineage.
That's true.
And you run the chance of one of your great grandkids also being super rich.
That'd be sick.
But what if he's like,
or super spoiled?
Don't give a fuck about you, great grandpa.
That's it. I mean, that's a point I really didn't think about. I would want,
because even on the ancestors part,
it would hurt more.
You'd at least get to know how it all got to this point, which I think is kind of cool too.
It would hurt more to me if my great grandkids were broke as fuck and like had nothing. Like, damn.
It would mean more to you?
It would hurt more to me.
Oh.
It would mean more. I would be super happy if those kids were broke.
So you want to meet your 3 generations down?
I think so. Because like I said, I just don't know enough about my ancestors to be like, what if they're like, no disrespect, but like, just like farmers. And I'm like, hey, what's the deal? They're like, planting. Like,
what if they got some shit to them that's like, their values is still what led them to...
I don't know. I just don't feel like...
You know what I mean? It's like you could still meet like if you meet like a farmer and it's not like they were wealthy or anything like that, but you could still meet like hardworking people that you're like, yeah, they get it. They just on the status level weren't like of status. You could see.
Yeah, I don't care much about the status part. It's more like my family, I don't feel like meeting. I want to meet.
Yeah.
Kind of like the new seeds that I've put down.
I would want to see the 3 generations down just because I'd want to know if the things that I did was able to trickle down.
Oh, that's a cool.
Not like the things that I did like accomplish, but like the things that you try and that I'm going to try and instill and stuff like that and Rue or my kids, and then hopefully carry such a weight that goes down to them type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you seen that guy on that? He was like talking, he's like, my dad or my grandpa walked. My dad drove a truck. I drive a Mercedes. My kid's going to drive a Rolls Royce, but his kid
is
going to walk.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that whole phrase.
Yeah.
Because that'd be really tough to see. Because you want to instill all the great things in your kids and make them be the best version of you, essentially.
Mm.
And you and your mom combined, or you and your wife combined.
Yeah.
Like you want the best version of that. And you'd hope they would do the same, blah, blah, blah. But to go 3 generations down, we are talking about the devil's advocate part because we're both on the same side, is like seeing that. And what if it didn't? They're just shitbirds that don't give a fuck and have no moral values and don't care very much and all that.
They didn't get it, man.
It would make you go back and try to redo some shit.
Legacy.
That was a really good question.
That was a good one.
That was really, really good.
That was a thinker right there. I don't even know how you put that one together as a little clip.
I don't know.
You're the man for the job, though, Mitch.
Should before we get in with Kittle, should we kind of reevaluate how these divisions could end up in the NFL?
Sure, yeah, I think that's a great idea. That's just off the top, or did you write that down earlier?
No, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just thinking about it. I was gonna pull up the divisions, but I know Jack will get them things up. Let's start with the AFC East, dude. After the battle of the freaking Titans up there in Buffalo,
God.
Bills, Dolphins. Bills look nice, dude. How you see this division right now? I mean, I think you obviously have to go Bills, Dolphins. I think the Jets got a shot, man. They just get back on track somehow. I think Zach Wilson showing up last night in prime time with just all of
the hate.
Yeah, all the hate, just all of everything that's been said about the Jets and it being a dumpster fire. And the entire game was about, Swift being in the building, the Chiefs, what the Chiefs are going to do and showing up and playing like that. And that defense was nice. If the Jets just capitalize and get points out of some of them turnovers that they had, because they did, and they went into halftime, it's like they were down and low key, they should have been up. They missed a field goal, but they were playing fucking good, dude. They were playing tough. But I would go Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots.
I'm gonna agree with you because I saw statistically how the Miami Dolphins are on defense, and I just don't think they'll be able to sustain the success they've had. Obviously, they lose to the Bills in a horrific fashion, but I think the Bills are the most well-rounded team in that division. Most well-rounded, I think.
You could see them. You could call them. They're number one in the AFC right now.
Yeah, but Mike McDaniels, right? That's his name, head coach of the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I love him, dude.
I know, he's awesome.
He's like a little...
But look at that. They've all given up 55 points on the year. They're outscoring opponents 139 to 55.
I know.
Yeah.
119. Yeah, I would do the same thing. I think that's fair. Buffalo, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Oh, sorry. Buffalo, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots. Because I think the Patriots are...
You think they're dead?
I mean, dude, it's so hard to say. Like, I think... What's dead for the Patriots? Because the Patriots have been contenders forever.
Right. It's kind of like Patriots, kind of like the same kind of cloth with the Titans, man. It's like after last week, it's like, yeah, Titans, what's happening? And then they come out and beat the shit out of the Bengals.
If you're... there's two teams that if you're a fan of, you're the most infuriated. And that's the Bengals, and I feel like Titans too. Because at least if your team is shitty, you know where you stand. But with the Titans, it's got to be so... like in an abusive relationship, like a blender. Like they're gaslighting you the whole time. It's wild.
Jack's like, welcome to the
that's how I
Titan
feel.
fandom.
I sit there, dude, because I'm watching and I literally thought, I was like, I'm rooting for the boys and I want the boys to win, but I don't think they're going to. I just think, I don't think they're going to because you just see what happened against Cleveland. And then they go and do that against the Bengals. And I'm like, yeah, what's happening? Because I bet you they go play the Browns again. They win. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, AFC North. We got the Ravens, Steelers, Browns, and Bengals.
How do you think it shapes up by the end of the year?
At the end of the year, dude, I think we really could see a massive turnaround by the Bengals.
It's like you don't want to quit them because
no.
Steelers, like I was saying on the Pro Football Show, like I was telling Jerry, I'm like, hey, brother, the Steelers, I know they're 2-1, but they're a pig with lipstick, dude. Like they're going to get exposed. And he's like, I'm 99% sure about the game this week. I'm like, Houston's a tough team. And then winning against Jacksonville with just that culture, and you can just see it brewing. You see Coach Ryan's in the locker room afterwards, and guys are just they're starting to gain some momentum.
Yeah,
like it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah,
but they beat the shit out of the Steelers.
Dude, I'm still going Bengals 1 here. I really think they can turn around and come back and get motoring. I'm pretty sure it was like 2020 or 2019. The Chiefs were playing like shit, and they were below 500 like 8 games into the year.
I mean, y'all 2-4.
They're at 500.
2-4 before the AFC Championship,
right? And they just turned it around and figured it out, and they have so much talent that I feel like the Bengals are going to be able to do it. So I'm going to go Bengals. Then clearly the Ravens. That's 1A, 1B. I think the Browns and I think the Steelers, man. I think you're right with a pig with lipstick. And it all shows in that stat. Points allowed, 100.
You're getting outscored 62-100, bro.
Mm-hmm. The Bengals aren't much better, but
I got Ravens. Ravens coming out on top in that division. I'm gonna go Browns. Bengals, Steelers.
wow. You think the Bengals are dead?
I don't know if they're dead. They could be like, depending on how like good the AFC North could be, because everybody talks about how it's like one of the best divisions. I don't know if it is, but if Bengals had a shot, like that division would be the one where you get 3 teams, maybe. I don't know. Bengals could be dead. Bengals could be dead. I mean, 49-94. That's what they're getting outscored by.
Yeah, it's bad.
Their offense starts to get something going. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. I'm gonna say the Steelers fall apart this year. Tomlin might be in the hot seat too.
I know. And that would, if Tomlin is in the hot seat and he ends up getting fired, I'm gonna be sad.
Yeah,
because I think he's the man.
South could shake up to be a tough division.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go? Look at this, all 500. That's crazy.
You go ahead.
All right, I'll go. Titans. Titans, Texans, Jags, Colts.
I can play the Colts next week too. So that'll be
a big deciding factor.
That's a big game. I don't know, man.
Like Titans are truly a flip of the coin every single week. What Titans you're going to see, which sucks to say out loud because now I'm truly talking like a fan and not a player of the team, which bums me out because I want them to be good so bad. But they could really win it. They really could win it, and they're only going to get better. Tim Kelly is the fucking man. I'm telling you. I think Jacksonville, who I thought was like, I thought was being a little bit of a fan when I picked the Titans at the beginning of the year. I think the Jags are not it. I think they're not them. I think they're a burn bright and fizzle apart type of team. I think the Houston Texans are sleepers in this division. We counted them out. I literally put them in 4th place at the beginning of the year. I think they have turned themselves around. I think CJ Stroud is playing fantastic ball. He takes care of the ball, and he's got people believing in Houston, and that is cool to see for a rookie quarterback, especially coming out of a school like Ohio State.
Man, I'll say this. I want the boys to win. I want Tennessee to win. But if I'm being objective and where it stands right now, I'm going to go Jaguars. I'm going to go Jaguars, Texans, Colts, Tennessee. I know that's tough. Listen, I want them to win. If I'm just trying to, if I'm being objective.
I'm going to tell you right where my head was. I looked at you when you were talking, and I went into a daydream of, I wonder if he was being serious about not rooting for Michigan. And I woke up to hearing you say Titans last. Did you put the Titans 4th place?
Yeah. Right now, I think as it stands right now. And they got to put together another game like they did over the weekend. And right now, the Bengals suck. So it's like, what does that win really look like? I think the Colts, it is going to be an awesome test. Titans are 2-0 at home. They're 0-2 on the road. It's at Indy, yeah? So this is going to be, and Indy is 0-2 at home. So this is a game that could easily, they can get back on track. But I think what they've shown and put on film right now, like it's just too all over the place to say, like, yes, subjectively, I want the boys to win. But I just think as this division stands right now, how I think it could shake up, I still think the Jaguars, like they have the pieces. It's like they'll just get stuff rolling. They just beat the shit out of the Falcons over there in London. They play in London again this weekend. Texans, Texans are nice. Indy, they've just had a little bit of the injury bug with shifting around with the quarterback situation. Kind of don't know how they're going to be with Anthony Richardson. I do think he's good, and he's a threat on the ground. So yeah, I'm going to go Jaguars, Texans, Colts, Titans. And this is the division to where you could possibly, this is the division where I think you could see 3 get in the playoffs. That's yeah.
I don't know about that last little statement. All that hurt.
3 to get in the playoffs?
Yeah, I just think
we're
AFC North.
So you got
AFC North has 2 teams they can make it. They have 3 teams that really can get in with the
North is not better than the South right now, bro.
Dog.
I mean, the Steelers. Look, Steelers, Browns, Bengals.
Yeah, but the Bengals have the talent. We've talked about that. They just don't have the wins and losses right now, which we will see in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but Bengals being the last team, like Titans are at the bottom of the South right now. It's like they're to me. They did lose.
They're all
the fucking Browns. It is weird. That's a weird mix. But I personally think the South is better than the North.
Go up. Then you got. I mean, no, Bills and Dolphins are both going to make it.
Yeah.
So there goes 1 seed gone. That's one of the 6 seed.
Yeah.
And then AFC North, you could easily see Baltimore and the Browns.
But let's
Baltimore
just say Baltimore right now.
Bengals.
That's 3 teams. And then you need what? You need 4 more.
Okay. Kansas City. And then you got to look at the Chargers too. And you got to look at the Raiders.
Titans beat the Chargers. You don't got to look at the Raiders. Raiders are struggling right now, bro. You got the Chiefs, that's 4, and you get 3 more. You could see 3 teams, and it literally can be any of those 3 teams in the South.
You're saying
like,
three of the 4 teams in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I'm saying the South, I think right now has the best shot to. If there were going to be 3 teams that come out of the division, it would be the South, and it could be any 4 of those teams.
So what are we?
Be the final 3.
What are we arguing right now? Are we arguing like of the 4 divisions in the AFC South has that opportunity, or we think 3 teams are going to come out of 1 division? What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm going to say that South will have 3 teams come out.
Okay, I disagree.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just making sure I was knowing what the argument was.
Yeah.
Let's do West. I mean,
Chargers 1 right now, Chiefs 2.
Kansas City Chargers. I mean, that's in order.
Yeah, that's in order.
That's
Broncos, they're not going to do nothing. Yeah. Raiders, they've got to get 1 this weekend. I mean, they have to. It's not looking good out there in Vegas, man.
Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Yeah.
That's going to be, I think that's how we aligned. No. You put Raiders 1, didn't you, in the beginning of the year? Which,
I did.
They've got so much talent.
With my heart.
Who do they play this week? Raiders. Oh.
I mean, my man threw a pick on that last play to go score. It was brutal. Sante Samuel Jr.
Monday night.
Packers Monday night. At home. That's a big game for both teams.
Because I feel like Jordan Love the last 2 weeks hasn't played great, right? They had a big comeback.
Yeah. Let's start with the North. Let's start with the NFC North, because that is a big game for both teams if they're going to be some players throughout the year.
Hold on. Go up. Do you want to start with the North or the East?
We can go North since we just talked about the Packers.
The Lions are, well, first off, 4 Bears. The Lions are a good ball club. They're a good, well-coached ball club that's going to win games.
Yeah.
That's my 1. I think it's a fist fight for 2 and 3. But right now, you got to give it to the Packers. They're playing better ball overall.
How do you think? You think that's how it's going to shape up by the end of the year?
No, I don't. I just feel like the last 2 weeks, and I haven't looked at it statistically, but I have seen that Packers struggling against the Saints. It came to me. So they were down 17-0 going into the 4th quarter, ended up winning 18-17. They lost this past week to the Lions, right? Packers? They lost this last week to the Lions. Love's he's showing his inexperience a little bit. I think that's where Cousins, the longevity of the season, can come back. So I'll go Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears.
I think Vikings still take the division. I do, man. I do.
Emotional.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think they still have they have the pieces, they have the staff. So do the Lions. 4 weeks in right now, I think the division is Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. But I think the way it can shape up, long season, I still like Minnesota coming out of it, coming back.
Here's where I could see you being right: is the Vikings have that that spike power of just going on a streak like crazy. I think Lions are a slow burn type of team. They're going to lose a couple. They're going to win the ones they should.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to play good ball. They're going to take care of the ball, and they're going to put enough points on the board the majority of the time to win games.
Vikings are like a veteran team too.
Yeah, and
they have that big splash ability.
If you look at they're 1-3 right now, but up until the win over the Panthers this last week, like all the things that you got to correct on film are just like, it's just a few turnovers and drop balls, and defense has got to play better. But it's like those things can come more as the season goes. Like I just think the Vikings have I think the Vikings have a good team. I think the Vikings they just got to get better on defense. And then with that offense, dude, it's drop balls and some a couple fumbles. Kirk threw that pick 6 last week against the Panthers. I was like, oh my god! But then they still come back, and Justin Jefferson, 2 tutties. He's grittying like that right there. It's just you just get the ball rolling, and their offensive minds that they have on that staff. Like I think the Vikings. I still like the Vikings in the North, man. Moving to the East, the NFC beast, dude. Now this division.
I think it's in order. I think this is when you look at, could we see 3 teams make the playoffs?
This is that division
for sure. But I think right now it's Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants, and I feel pretty confident. Sam Howell, man. Sam Howell in Philadelphia, taking the team to overtime, having that last drive the way they did.
You also saw some good balls.
Defense,
you still see the Eagles coming out of the division?
Yeah, I see the Eagles coming out, but I'm trying to figure out who I want for my 2. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
So as is.
Yeah, I got it as is.
Dude, I think this could be.
Don't.
Well, what do you think I'm going to say?
I just don't want you to say Commanders won.
No, preseason, I had the Commanders winning the division. But man, I could see the Cowboys winning the division this year. I think there's some. I don't know. I think the Eagles they're beatable. They got their little tush push, which by the way, that was some horse shit on their tush push against the Commanders over the weekend. Like I'm talking, we're false starting. It just that play looks like such a debacle down there.
If you want to argue that they had 2 defensive linemen in the neutral zone,
for sure, I'm saying that whole play is like a debacle. But either way, it's like I think the Eagles are beatable, and the Cowboys, they're nice, man.
Dude, I think that the name Tush Push is so fucking lame.
I love it. Little Tush Push.
They call it the brotherly shove now.
That's worse.
That's better. City of brotherly love.
Dude, I really is that hold on, is that what Philadelphia's phrase is?
Yeah, city of brotherly love.
That's hilarious. Because they're like the meanest fans of all time. that is so funny, dude. I think that play is it's like it should be the logo of the NFL. That is just like 11 on 11 for inches. Any given Sunday, a game of inches right there. I think that is so cool. I can see the Cowboys winning it, but I really think Eagles are they're going to find their stride. I mean, they're 4-0 and they've not played well. You know, like even
right. It is like it's a slow build, but I like Cowboys, man.
The thing that Cowboys have going for them is they got their bad beat in early this year.
Yeah.
That literally was like, hey, you guys were riding too high. And then as soon as they start to do that again, they can literally look back at the Cardinals and go, remember that game? Like, we got to make sure we're handling blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And this all plays into health, man.
Yeah. Who can stay healthy?
Yeah.
For sure.
That's obviously the game. That's the life we live.
Let's go down to the South. Dude, Buccaneers are playing tough ball.
Yeah.
Their defense is good. I mean, Atlanta, I think they're going to be in it. They have like the opportunity to. Who knows? I think it just depends on the growth of Ritter. The Q.
So who you got?
I'm going to say Bucks are going to come out of the division.
Which is crazy because I'm pretty sure we had them 3 or 4, both of us.
We did. Yeah. What do we have? We had Falcons, right? Yeah. If Falcons still can. I mean, Falcons can still be a playoff team. I just think like right now as it's trending, the Buccaneers are a tough team.
Isn't it wild how we talk about the Bears and how dead they are, but we really don't talk about the Panthers and how they might be dead?
Well, at least they're staying a little competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Panthers kind of have a little bit more of an excuse because they have a rookie at quarterback.
Yeah, like Bears, like things is just a debacle out there in Chicago.
Debacle.
It truly doesn't get any worse than what's going on in Chicago.
I will go. I think Tampa Bay is going to. I think I'm going to go Falcons, Bucks, Saints, Panthers. I think the Bucks are great. There's a level of consistency from Baker Mayfield that we have not been able to see sustainable through 17 games in his entire career. It's not a shot on him. It's just one of those, we got to see it. Like Geno. I thought Geno was going to come out the first half of this year and not look good. Geno Smith. And I think he's proved all the haters wrong, me being one of them, that he is that dude in Seattle. I think the Falcons have a fantastic coaching staff, and they're gonna figure out ways to win, because I feel like if you look at the social media and what people are hating on the most with the Falcons, it's too much Bijan Robinson. Like, where's Kyle Pitts? Where's, all your other weapons that you have? And once Art is able to figure out ways to diversify the football, spread it around all the boys, you're going to see a massive bump in their offensive productivity. And that's where they take the division. I think the decline of the Buccaneers and the Falcons going up, that's where we're going to see the Falcons win this division. NFC South, I'm sticking with them.
Arthur Smith also just said Desmond Ridder will remain the starting QB like 10 minutes ago.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than Art winning that division, dude.
Ridder had a bad game.
Heineke. They do got Heineke in, or Heineke on the squad.
He's one of those guys that he'll will you like.
Oh yeah, he's got a chew in right now.
He's got heart.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, Heineke's awesome.
Yeah, I hope that's. I hope that's how it shapes up. Bucks are just playing better than everybody thought, man.
Yeah,
they really are.
Yeah, I agree. They are, but I think it's a level of.
Would they put up 31 on the Saints? I mean, and their defense is nice.
And then also like playing in London, it's such a fugazi game of like everybody's, especially like a guy like you who's structure. You get pulled out of your structure. That's half the NFL. That's like 80% of the NFL. If you're a big structure guy and you have to go to London, it's gonna fuck up a bunch of things.
Not everybody can fly to London, go 10 tackles.
Who does Jacksonville play this week? Did you just try to?
Yeah, so not everybody can go over to London, get 10 tackles, a pick, force fumble, handle their business.
And they play in London? You were saying Jacksonville plays in London?
Yeah, I think that game's in London. See, look, they're playing at 8:30 in the morning. They're back to back because they're like London. They're like London's like home team.
We might have a secret Jags beat the Bills this week.
They need it. If Jags are gonna be the player like in the conference, the way everybody was talking about before the season, they do need to win this game. Not need to win, but they need to play well in this game.
Yeah. Let's roll back to the division. Sorry, I think
it's NFC, the NFC West. I mean, this is fucking. I think it'll shape up Niners. Dude, I'm gonna say Rams. Niners, Rams, Seattle, Cardinals.
Also another division that could have 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, depending on I mean, with Rams and Seattle for sure. Seattle plays tonight as the favorite.
Is the NFC the better division right now?
Conference?
Yes.
I mean, maybe.
I think so.
Top to bottom, I think so. But as far as best team, I mean, you got the Niners. Yeah,
Niners, Eagles, Cowboys.
I like the Bills, Dolphins more than as the 1-2, more than I think Niners, Eagles. Niners, Bills are a toss up.
You go
the way they're playing.
Yeah, but you go Bills, Chargers, Chiefs are like the 3 best teams in the AFC.
What?
Chargers. Sorry, Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But the NFC, you got Niners, Eagles, undefeated.
Yeah, Detroit.
Detroit's playing good ball. Cowboys are playing good ball. Minnesota's one of those teams that we literally like. They built to play good ball. Tampa Bay is overperforming. Like, I don't know. There's a lot. But on this one, I'll go Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, as it stands. I like it how it stands right now.
What'd they say after the game? What are they saying? Are they saying it's Puka, but are they saying like Pukuna Matata? Hakuna Matata, or are they saying Pukuna Matata? Hakuna Matata? That's fire. That's awesome. They got some good vibes out there right now.
Yeah.
And I got Puka on my fantasy squad.
Fallen.
40 catches in 4 games.
Dude, he's a monster. He sat, did you know, he's the one who sat with us at UFC.
Dude, that
was him. Yes. That was him who was sitting with us. And talking about how
he was awesome too. He was talking about how he loves the boys, nicest guy in the world.
About how great. I was like, yo, you love McVay? He's like, oh man, McVay's awesome. But just like a really good dude.
And he's like, he's like Dana's nephew or something. Or Dana's kid and his kid played together, something like that.
Yeah.
Where they're like boys.
Yeah. But it's cool.
Pace for like 170 catches this year.
Because he was like, what, a 5th round draft pick, I think?
Yeah. He's balling.
He's balling, man. BYU. Yeah, he's balling, bro.
What made you grab him in fantasy?
I think it was Cooper Kupp was down, and then week 1 he had like the majority of the receptions targets.
Oh, so you just picked him up off the waivers?
Yeah. He's waivers pick up.
Smart. Yeah.
But yeah, he's been balling, bro.
Nakua. It's a dope name too. He got 500 yards.
Cool. That is a sick name.
Dog. He is killing it.
Let's rip an ad. We'll take a little potty break before we get into what George. We got George, right? George Kittle coming up, calling in, the boy. We'll check in with them.
Oh, proper wild.
Do what? Yeah. I got y'all. They're just coming off another big win, by the way. Christian McCaffrey jumping over that DB. Nasty. And now they're about to play Cowboys like this. This is a game you love to like. This is the game, bro. 90s, Niners, Cowboys. Like, this is it. This will be a fun game. But George Kittle, he'll be calling in right after this ad read. Tired of feeling sleepy all day? No more. Proper Wild, clean all-day energy designed to boost your energy, focus, productivity without jitters or crash. No preservatives, no artificial sweeteners, no bullshit, no horrible chemicals, none of it. Just natural-tasting energy shots with clean ingredients that work. You know, your boy, I rip these things every day or every week when it comes to Bet the Bus. We see clarity in those picks. Proper Wild, great to have in the morning right after your workout to get that caffeine up in your system. Clean caffeine. Go to properwild.com/Barstool to try Proper Wild for 30% off. Again, properwild.com/Barstool for 30% off. To George Kittle.
Like,
the boy!
I'm just being.
Can we hear him?
I don't know. He's in the car like a savage, though. He's literally being driven somewhere right now.
Yeah, he is.
Bruce is driving me to work.
Oh, what's up, Bruce? What's up, Bruce?
How we doing, guys? Wow.
We're doing well.
Living, man.
Just living the dream.
Love to see that Bruce is running 10
Are you living the dream right now after that nightmare of a Saturday?
Don't. He threw a fit on the bus earlier. Don't.
I didn't throw a fit, dude. Taylor goes out of his.
No, you deserve to throw a fit. Will Compton, you deserve better. Nebraska fans deserve better. You do.
Don't.
Why? It's just why they do deserve better because they are good fans.
Yeah, that's true.
They're great fans, and they deserve better. Just like the Hawks deserve better too. But at least they're winning games right now. Well, Compton, you and Nebraska deserve better.
Ugly.
Listen,
and I don't think it's Matt Rule's fault either. Give him a year or two.
I was going to say,
you guys deserve to win some games.
He needs 3 years.
I understand and I agree with you, but it's like, look, we got our ass whooped. You got to take it on the chin. You got Illinois next week. You got Illinois, Northwestern, Purdue, and Michigan State. We like the Big Ten West right now is up for grabs. Wisconsin is kind of the front runner right now. I was not. You guys aren't very good.
No, but did I lose you? No, we got special teams and offense though, baby.
Defense.
Special teams and defense.
Yeah, Penn State.
Special teams is our offense.
Penn State hung like 40 on you guys.
Yeah, I know. When you have 30 offensive snaps to 97, come on. It's not the defense's fault. Come on, man.
We're onward and upward though. You know how it is, man. We're onward and upward. We got to get the bad taste out of our mouth. We got to go to Illinois. We got to get a win. That's all that we got to do.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to look forward to the next week. Will had a big BF. I think the first 20 minutes of this podcast, it was tough. Trying to have a little fun with it. He's been a sore loser.
It's tough, man. When you just lose a lot, it's just really tough.
But he's flying the flag. That's flying the flag the way he does is like you love it, and it's so admirable to see from the outside because you're like, man, Nebraska fans really do deserve the best. But even you could see it during the game. You could see they're wavering. They're absolutely wavering too. There was a 3rd and 1 when it was 7-0 and the stadium was quiet. It was tough, but that's not what we're here to talk about, dude. Hey, 4-0, huh?
Hey,
4-0.
bang, bang. Go Niners,
Bang,
baby.
bang,
Go
Niner
Niners.
gang. Yo, how good is Christian McCaffrey? I see you wearing that hat right now. I saw him jump over a DB.
Yo, that is so awesome. I need that hat.
Thank you.
I need that.
I know.
Sin.
Oh, I love that, man.
God, and there's no one that
It's good
supports
stuff.
their teammates more than George Kittle, it seems like. Have you always been that way?
Oh yeah, dude. I love free stuff. If any of my teammates give me a shirt or a hat to wear, I'll wear it anywhere and everywhere, baby. I'm a proud 49ers supporter. I'm for the boys. I was
You
wearing
are
your
for
for
the
the
boys.
boys shirt this morning.
You see that?
And I had to change this Monday night Raw tonight. I got shut in my mouth.
Hang on, George.
Oh.
hang on, George. We're losing
George,
you a little bit. You
Yeah,
must
but
be in a
tell
little
Bruce-
bad
tell
cell
Bruce to
service.
Slow down.
Bruce, pull over, Bruce.
Mitch, can you see it?
Down. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Do you see the screen? Do you see what Taylor's wearing as well? Because you're for the boys. Do you see what Taylor's wearing?
Oh, you're wearing Kittle Fest.
Yeah,
Let's
buddy.
go.
Support it. Free stuff. We got to have it, man.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Are you fired up? Listen, I know you guys are 4-0 and the whole world wants to know how George Kittle feels about the NFL football season, but let's talk about the most important thing going on right now. It's Spooktober, brother. How do we feel going into spooky season?
Dude, I'm feeling great. My birthday's on Monday, so it's just what a kickoff to spooky season.
Yeah, dude. I love that.
From the day, baby, the boy turns 30. It's dirty out here.
30, 30. It's
30.
a change. My little milestone birthday, man. I tell you what, it's better on the other side of 30.
It is.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm feeling freaky. I'm still pretty athletic. Yeah, fast still. Hey, Taylor, if you want to see some good C trays, check out our game yesterday. We owned the C gap versus the Cardinals, and it was oh so sweet.
God, hey, a good C block is hard to come by in this world. A good C is
Man.
tough. It is really
Especially
like
VOT bail signing.
inside zone or outside zone.
No,
I love Bruce just chiming in.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
Bruce
we have a
chiming
lot of
in.
our C trays in the gap scheme. We first play the game 17 power. What's not to love?
God, dude, if you cut,
Oh.
that's a fuck you play on 1st and 10 to start the game on the
It really is.
25-yard line. Oh, we're gonna do? Yeah, just put 2 tight ends to the left, brother. Go ahead and run gap scheme with the puller. We're gonna see what happens.
It was great. No, we had fun out. We had some fun times. Christian was running wild. Ayuk's pretty good. Yeah, no, we had a fun game out there, and our defense is pretty hot. So that's fantastic. But you asked me about Spooktober, and the funny thing is, I'm actually terrified of scary movies, so I don't really participate in scary movies.
Brother, you are
Halloween Town,
you are
Halloween
the
Town.
exact person I'm looking for when it comes to Spooktober. Because really, Spooktober is not just about scary movies. It's about embracing the start of the holiday season. You know, at the end of the holiday season, you're going to be on 2024. So it's taking the opportunity to have some fun in the fall. Get yourself a pumpkin spice latte. Go watch yourself Halloween Town. Hit yourself a pumpkin patch. Get over to a haunted house and have fun. You don't have to hit the whole time, but just go and make something out of Spooktober. Make something out of it, because November, we're gorging ourselves. We're gaining 15
You
pounds.
said you'll wear free stuff. We will get you your
Yeah.
Spooktober merch, brother.
December, we're celebrating a fat man that lives in the snow, and we're hoping for the best presents ever. That is the holiday season. Then you crank it off with a big party in Jan 1 and get ready for 2024. That's what it's all about. And you're frozen.
See, that's the best way that someone's put it to me before, is that it's the kickoff, man. It's like opening season.
Mm-hmm.
Spooktober just kicks off the whole celebratory. You got Thanksgiving, you go right into Christmas. The boys are back. City boys are up. That's all I know.
The City boys are up.
Boys
He said
are
City
up.
boys are up. George, going back to the freak fest that you guys had on the Arizona Cardinals, was there a shittiest moment in the game? Shittiest moment brought to us by Dude Wipes. The days of a dry butthole are no more. You have these nice, wet, flushable wipes. I hope you're listening, Bruce. This would be good for you. That you can get Dude Wipes. Brought to you. This is the shittiest moment in the Arizona Cardinals game with George Kittle. George, what was it?
Yeah, let's see. We were up 21-3 at the end of the second half. We have them in a 3 and out. They bring out their punt team. They go for a fake punt, convert it, and then they take that fake punt, and then they go down and score a touchdown, basically eliminating our bleed drive. So if they would have punted the ball, we would have gotten the ball back with like 2.5 minutes left, had an opportunity to go down and score. Instead, they go all the way down and score. We take a knee. So now it's 21-10 instead of possibly 28-3. We hit the ball. We come out, haven't touched the field about 30 minutes, 3 and out it. punt it down to their 1 yard line. They take it 99 yards for a touchdown. So now it's 21-16 because they went for 2. And you're like, wow, we've had 3 plays in the last 90 minutes. Let's wake back up, boys. And we did, and we overcame that. But it's a shitty moment when you don't get that bleed situation. You never want to give up special teams fakes, and our guys were prepared for it. It was just a really good call on their part. So that was, I'd say, would be the shittiest moment.
I love that breakdown, and that's when you know you got a good club. Because when it was 21-16, I was like, okay, Arizona plus 14.5 to play my cover in this one.
Did you pick them?
Yeah. Oh, I went. Yeah, in the bet, I went Arizona to cover because Arizona's a tough team. Like Arizona's like a
it's like you said.
the Niners are the best team, but it's like the Cardinals. They're not
Arizona versus the Niners is always a close game. I mean, like we were supposed to beat them by 21 points in 2020. They came out and beat us at home. Like the Cardinals versus, when it's a division game, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Never know what you're going to get. Your division's a lot better than people thought it would be. Everyone thought it'd be like the 49ers running away, which, I mean, you guys are 4-0. We got to give you guys flowers. You're one of the best teams in the NFL. But Seattle's good. The Rams, who everybody thought was dead, they're good. And then Arizona, they're not a good football team.
I mean, they're tough.
They won't die.
They play hard.
They play hard and they won't die. Like, you got to kill them every week. That's your phrase.
Let's give our flowers to our guy, Josh Dobbs. That boy's out here swinging it.
Bro. He can show up, drop of a hat, and get it going.
Yeah. He's a good ball player.
Yeah.
We've said that since day one on this podcast.
I'm happy for him to get a starting spot. I mean, like, that's good ball by Mr. Dobbs. It's always great seeing him. You know, it's tough, too. I mean, they're missing, like, Buda Baker's not playing right now. They're still missing Kyler Murray. Like, they're still missing pieces. So, like, and their coach has them playing hard. Like, that was our biggest thing from the tape. You watched their game versus the Cowboys last week. Man, they were flying around on every single play. And when you have a team that believes, hey, that's some scary shit out there.
Oh, yeah, George.
You kind of got me fired up.
Did it get dicey post-game when you were breaking up that fight? I saw you the first one in there kind of breaking that thing up. Like, hey, brother, we need you. We need you now. Let's not. Because, hey, he was ready to, like, he was like, hands down, like, yeah, go ahead, and grabbed his wrist. I was like, oh, my God, this dude, he's trying to scrap.
But I was like, you know, you're sitting there on my back's to the stadium. I'm sitting on the bench, like some kids chirping me the whole time. Hey, George, can I get an autograph? George, can I get an autograph? I was like, man, you got to wait to the end of the game and you got to say please. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. So he finally says please. And I go up after the game. I give him my hat. I sign something for him. And I'm just walking out and just had me right place, right time. And I just see like the shove. And I was like, oh, I thought it was a joke at first, but it was not a joke. Run over there, get in front of Huff. You know, they're saying mean things back and forth to each other. Don't know what started it. Don't know what was said. Someone was being disrespectful. I don't know. I was like, Huff, man, I need you for Sunday Night Football. Let's just get off the field and on to the next week, man. Not worth it right now.
Oh,
dude,
and we're good after that.
The temperament on the 49ers is wild because Trent Williams won NFC Championship last year, and then what was it last week?
Yeah, he got they are lucky they did not see him because
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you don't, George.
Yeah. And legit, like, really didn't do anything wrong. That's a chest push, if anything. At the very worst, a chest push. But to give him a throat shot, no pause. That is, I kind of love it. I love the scrappiness, though. I do have to defend him a little bit.
Oh, dude. Well, you know what? You go back and look at the Trent Williams history with 91. And that guy, good player, thick guy. He's the guy he smoked me on the very first play of the game. And but he doesn't like us. He played for the Rams for 2 years, and he doesn't like us. We don't really like him. And it was just kind of a little rivalry stuff, and that's just football, man. The longer you're in the league, the more you play against certain guys, and sometimes there's some people that just rub you the wrong way.
Yeah,
Taylor gets rubbed the wrong way by a lot of people.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah, what I love, though, is dude came in for a crow hop, and Trent just like Kobe Bryant doesn't even flinch. Ball goes to his face, no flinch.
Dude, have you ever? Do people even come at you at all? Like, do people aggressive? Because you when you're mic'd up, it's like the most hilarious thing ever. Because you're the nicest guy in the world.
Once in a while, like, what's the Titans D tackle Simmons?
Yeah,
he plays very angry. He said a lot of very mean things to me a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Why are you so angry, man?" And shut the fuck up. I was like, "Yeah, you're just in one of those moods. It is what it is, man. I don't even care."
Yeah, that's him on a Wednesday as well. Is there anybody you said that that people rub the wrong way? Like does anybody rub you the wrong way? Where you're like, this fucking guy, man, just bothers the shit out of me. You know, too, your facial expression there. He's there.
Yeah, but George isn't a guy who really hates people, so he's probably trying to actually look for somebody I don't mess with.
I don't talk shit to too many people. Like, I just chirp guys on and off. And anybody that rubs me the wrong way, not really. There's some guys that I don't really like how they play the game, or there's some guys that just talk an outrageous amount of shit. And I'm just like, dude, you're playing a kid's game, and if you're really this angry, something's wrong with you. But I guess that's why you're playing football. But no, there's not like one guy off the tip of my tongue I'd say, oh, fuck that guy. No. And I'm too nice of a guy, man. I love everybody. ELE, baby.
Are you ready to own
Wait,
this?
hey, you know what? I got one guy for you.
Okay, I'm ELE.
What is up with Rodney Harrison last night trying to get Chris Jones to talk shit about Zach Wilson?
Yeah, man. We were talking
about that yet?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and you're on national television, and you're trying to operate this thing the right way. You're supposed to operate this thing the right way. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with a job like that. And just seeing the effort and the intention of trying to get him to talk shit about Zach Wilson, and he was doing it as well. It's like, yo, that's not it, bro. And good on Chris Jones too.
Yeah, Chris Jones deserves a lot of credit. That was disgusting. The display of just trying to pry over and over again. And we said on the show, we gave him his flowers. He was a great ball player. He's got a lot of respect. But that was like, what are you doing?
Why are you doing that, man?
As if Sunday Night Football didn't get enough clips with the Swifties and Ryan Reynolds and everybody at the game.
Yeah, man, that was wild.
Ryan Reynolds still got it.
He does.
Yeah, but Jack in the back. He brought up a good point. He brought up a good point saying he didn't get a name tag.
What Jack bring up? Tell him again. He said, "What did Jack bring up?"
He didn't even get a name tag when they showed Taylor Swift. Ryan Reynolds didn't get a name tag. Neither did Hugh Jackman.
Ryan Reynolds never was getting shouted out. Like, hey, Ryan Reynolds is in the building.
Ryan Reynolds is in the building.
Yeah, and
from
Hugh
the
Jackman.
proposal.
Not just Ryan Reynolds. Great movie, by the way. Not just Ryan Reynolds, but also Hugh Jackman from The Greatest Showman. Like, you have two guys, top tier actors
from The Greatest Showman,
and you're just not going to shout them out. Are you kidding me?
I know, man. That was wild. It was wild behavior.
And if you look at them, they're great friends. You could play on the fact that they're phenomenal friends as well.
Yeah.
Always shit.
They got a movie coming out. I think it's, what is it, Deadpool 3?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a writer's strike going on right now, though, which is a big issue. You probably know, being in California. I don't know.
George, pivoting to this week.
I'm in the Bay.
Yeah, he's in the nice Bay Area. Are you ready to own the C gap against the Cowboys this weekend and Micah Parsons? You're frozen. We can't hear you.
Kyle has cooked.
We can't hear you. You're frozen.
Give me a sec.
Giving you a sec.
My back.
You're back a little bit. Say something again.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you. All right. Pretend I asked that question again, and then you can start because we didn't hear anything.
I'm really excited about Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a fun game. And Micah Parsons is phenomenal. Their defense is hot right now. I mean, they had 2 touchdowns against the Patriots on, yesterday. So they're obviously a good football team. Their game versus, you could just kind of tell their game versus the Cardinals. They just kind of, I don't want to say they came out flat, but they just, the Cardinals did exactly what they want to do against them. They held on to the ball the entire game and didn't get the Cowboys offense a chance to really get going. So, when you lose early and you're a really good football team, it wakes you up really, really fast. So we're going to get a better version of the Cowboys, I think, this week than, anyone's seen this season. And our plan is to give them the best version of ourselves. So it's going to be some fireworks, some fun plays, some grittiness. And, hey, what is better than the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Dallas Cowboys?
I was going to bring that up.
On Sunday Night Football.
Is there a level of you this might be for Bruce too, like just the 90s, the 49ers and the Cowboys going at it, like both teams strong right now. Bruce, how do you feel about it? Do you want to answer that question?
About the Cowboys?
Yeah. Cowboys, Niners, baby.
Yeah. I grew up in a household where my mom hated the Cowboys.
So jacked.
So anyway, we always grew up hating the Cowboys. They would talk about America's team and Tom Landry and all that shit, and she would spit into a cup.
Hell yeah.
Pissed, angry about it. So that was not her deal at all. So no, so she never liked them. Thought that was all a bunch of fake and bullshit. We were together when Dwight caught the catch, and still remember that whole thing. And she couldn't have been any happier. So we've had the Niners line on that rivalry forever.
It runs deep. The bad blood runs deep, man.
I love it.
I do like it. George, do we have any rock, paper, scissors coming up on the radar in the future?
We talk for sure. I go scissors like 99% of the time.
Yeah, I like that head game you're playing right now. Setting up the entire world to slip them, George.
Just wait till I actually go scissors again, and I'm gonna beat up. So I'm gonna beat so many people. I can't wait.
I know you're in my head because now I don't know what to. I'm gonna be ready because it's gonna be a touchdown. I need you to seek out the camera, and I'm literally going to be playing you in rock, paper, scissors.
Yo, that's what needs
I'm gonna try to get it on the. I'm gonna try to get on the pylon, the end zone pylon. Like dive for it, knock it over. It's gonna be sideways. I'm gonna be laying next to it. I'm just gonna rock paper scissors while laying on the ground.
That would be so elite, dude. So elite.
That's the plan.
Dude, thanks for joining us, man. Bruce, you too. We miss you. We love you. We'll send you some Spooktober merch for the boys. Have a hell of a week, bro.
Have a hell of a season, dude. Thank you for coming on short notice.
Bus with the boys. Let's go. Have a day. Have a week. Have a month, fellas.
Happy Spooktober, boys.
Good to hear from you.
See you, Bruce.
See you, Bruce. See you, Georgie.
All right, take care. All right, bye.
The best.
Love it, man.
The best, man.
Oh, wait. Now we got to close.
Yeah, we got to close up. We got to talk.
We should be solid, though. We can throw those ads in kind of wherever.
You sure? Maybe we should do a tier talk. Just a quick tier talk of what we're excited about.
Oh, we didn't do the tier talk.
I know. I was going to do it, and you're like, hey, it was great having you on. I was like,
oh, yeah. I was literally going because I was just thinking, like,
you got nothing else?
Yeah, where do we even go after this?
And it was also in the car, too. Tough.
I know.
But listen, are we rolling?
Gotta love the family.
Yeah,
Love
George coming on, dude, is always awesome. And the fact that literally Will texted him, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, can you come on real quick? Like, George is the actual best. And what else is the best?
That Duke Cannon sent from the trophy game that was created with the support from the Bussin' with the Boys, and it's available in thick body wash and a big ass brick of soap. The idea was hatched at and for the Bussin' Bowl with the Duke Cannon team. The boys Duke Cannon team made a nice big ass brick of soap, and we wanted to bring a scent to life that best celebrates college football and the greatest rivalries like the trophy game, Nebraska, Michigan. It has notes of smoked leather and amber and smells like collegiate bragging rights. Thick, high viscosity body wash. It's formulated with a noticeably higher viscosity and built to work effectively on your body and not spew down the shower drain. The big ass brick of soap is 3 times bigger than the common bars of soap that you use, them little shitty bars that you use. Triple milled for superior quality, and it's made with natural oils. Find the new scent at dukecannon.com/trophy game, and now available in your closest Walmart.
You're so good at reading.
Thanks, man.
So good at it. But yeah, dude, should we hit a tier talk before we jump out of here?
Let's hit the tier talk. Go ahead, set it up.
This tier talk usually during Spooktober we have like a big thought out process of we're gonna do spooky movies. We're going to do, things to do during the Spooktober season, blah, blah, blah. This is from off the cuff. Like we thought about doing this with George, it didn't work out. So we're going to do tier talk. Just things we're just most excited for in Spooktober. So we're going to do 3 tiers. I'd love it if the boys in the back came up with something because it's Spooktober, baby. And I would love to hear where you guys' head at going into this phenomenal season. You want to go first or second?
Second. Not first.
I guess I'll go first.
Go ahead.
What's that? Why don't you guys both do one? Yeah. My tier 3, and this is off the cuff. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, so I might miss something here and there. But my tier 3 is gonna be going to haunted houses, man. And I love events with Spooktober. But to me, dude, it's so much fun going to haunted houses because I'm 32 and I really don't get afraid of haunted houses like that. But going with a group of friends that understand getting a little banged up and walking through and just appreciating this is the only time of year I can be in this. And the first couple of people that jump at you, make yourself scream. And then low key by the end of the haunted house, you are a little afraid. So, because I will tell you this, when I was 11 or 12 years old, my mom worked at a place called Rawhide, and they had a 365, 24/7 haunted house that was always there. And like the guys that worked there showed me the ins and outs of like, this is how you know jumps and spooks and this and that's are coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this stuff. I know this game. But it's nice to just kind of run away from that and just be a part of it. So that's my tier 3. My my tier 2, and could easily be my tier 1, but the thing I'm most excited for is like just taking my kids trick-or-treating. Because last night we're like, hey, you guys want to watch a little something before bed? They're like, yeah, we want to. And I was like, what do you guys want to watch? And they wanted to watch the show. And like, but is it spooky? It's Spooktober, right, Dad? Like they're all fired up. I'm like, yeah, it's Spooktober. So they literally both of them are going spooky, spooky, spooky. And I'm like, dude, it's just so great that I'm now making traditions with my kids. And they're like fully, truly buying in. And we went to pick up pajamas and they both want to wear matching spooky pajamas. And I have little videos of them just being like, happy Spooktober. Like just fired up about everything. They know at the end of the month, they're going trick-or-treating. I'm pretty sure I'm Ash Ketchum, but I heard I might be Hiccup now because we're doing a How to Train Your Dragon thing. So, but I'm looking forward to like getting legit dressed up with my kids and just hitting the town, knocking on doors, talking to strangers and taking food from them. That is my tier 2. And my tier 1, dude, is going to be the number one thing I'm most excited for in Spooktober is just the first year of my life truly being able to buy into all 31 days and not having to worry about who I'm playing or the stresses of the game and what are people going to think if I'm tweeting about this, because I should be focused on the main thing. I get to just be as invested as possible into Spooktober and just make it as big as possible in my own little head. Literally today, I'm working out this morning and somebody walked up to me and like kind of like did the headphone thing. I pulled my headphone out and he goes, hey man, embrace the spook. Gives me a bump, walked away. And I was like, I'm so fucking happy to have you. And I just put my headphone back in and got back to pumping iron. But I'm just so fired. I'm just so fired up about holding the flag of embracing the spook. And that is my tier talk.
My one word, embrace.
Love.
Spooky.
I will go, my tier 3 is going to be the weather. The weather. I love when the leaves are on the ground and you just know that you are in prime, obviously October, but Spooktober weather. I also enjoy, and I don't know if this might be like a take that people don't agree with, but I don't mind it starting to get dark a little earlier. I don't mind it. Gets me a little sleepy sooner. You start getting the movies out even earlier. I don't mind it getting dark a little earlier. So my tier 3 is the weather. My tier 2, soup season. We're back. Chili's, all of it, dude. We should do a soup tier talk, but soup season being in full force. I love when the soups come out. And my tier 1 is going to go to being scared. I enjoy, because like George was saying, like I enjoy a scary movie, but I'm also terrified of scary movies. But that's kind of like why I enjoy it. It's like it like gets me going. It wakes me up a little bit. I get a little alive from it. Like when we were going to Halloween and we're playing the Michael Myers theme music and you're low-key scared, or you watch a real fucking scary movie at night. Wife leaves you halfway through it. Hey, I can't do this. I completely understand. Then the movie's done and you're kind of like, is this the night where they get me? Whether you run into your room, you get a little pep in your step, but being scared, getting chased by somebody with a chainsaw at a haunted house. Kill me. Try to, brother. I'm out. That's my tier 1, and that is my tier talk.
Scary.
Yeah.
Solid.
Hyphenated jump scare.
Yeah. Dude, I might have to go Paranormal Activity tonight.
Oh, that is such a scary one too.
Rue, let's watch this. Turn off Miss Rachel.
All right. My tier talk. Let me pull it up. All right. Tier 3. Sort of what Taylor touched on a little bit when talking about like taking his kids trick-or-treating. But for guys our age, trick-or-treating. But for like people our age, it's being able to dress up and then go out and just see everybody else's costumes and like just kind of embrace it with your group of friends and then see what everybody else is wearing and be like, oh, are you so and so from so and so? And just see like the creativity people have with those costumes.
You
I
know
think
what Mitch is thinking about?
is really cool.
Big
My
Hose, dude. You know, like seeing the
my tier 2 is
Hose.
slutty costumes.
pumpkin flavored things.
Oh.
Oh,
So like I have never really been the biggest pumpkin kind of flavored guy, but last year, Will, you started getting those
pumpkin cream cold brews from Starbucks, and
those
they're
are
back.
fire. And just kind of like last year I had a pumpkin flavored beer that was really, really good. But like I'm sort of getting into that pumpkin flavored stuff.
Light a candle, brother. Get some of that too.
Yeah,
Set your house up.
that too. And then my tier 1, Will sort of touched on it, but it's being able to wear sweatshirts and sweatpants again. To me, there is nothing better than being able to get on like just a little sweatshirt, little sweatpants going, and you are the most comfortable you will ever be in your life. And maybe it's like a little chilly outside. You open the door, open the windows, get that little breeze going. You're like, yeah, this is throwing on some football on the weekends. Just there's nothing better than putting on your just oversized sweatpants, oversized sweatshirt that you shouldn't be wearing out in public, but you're just so comfortable. And that is my tier 1.
Horny.
Creamy.
Thirsty.
All right, my tier talk number 3 is going to go to having an excuse to wear a costume anytime in October. I will be wearing this every time on the bus for the remainder of October and for the remainder of however long I'll be on this podcast. So yeah, having an excuse to dress up kind of brings you back to that childlike lore of when. Yes, Taylor.
When we did start the podcast, Jack got up and sat down, and as I was talking about I'm not even bringing it up. As I was talking before you came on the bus, he actually ran off the bus and grabbed me and came back on it, fired me up.
I was so excited to
So
put
excited.
it on.
Go ahead.
Number 2 is going to bonfires. It is officially bonfire season. Once that weather breaks, we're kind of in a false fall right now, but once we get that first like 50-degree weekend, it's just like a perfect opportunity to get with some good friends, good people, light up a fire, have some apple cider, whatever it may be, and just kind of enjoy outside before it gets a little too cold. And my number 1, kind of along the same theme, but it is just the weather breaking and more specifically the leaves changing. Because once you can physically see leaves turn orange, brown, all the cool palettes of fall colors, that is when I feel like you really start to like know that fall is here. And like you were saying with George earlier, it's like the first domino that falls of holiday season. And you just have so much to look forward to for the next 3 or 4 months. So really excited for it to get a little cold, see that weather break, get some good leaves out there, and yeah, just start charging through the new year.
Committed.
Leafy.
Exciting.
Wow, we're in for a good fucking October.
Dude, it really is.
Yeah,
gonna
we
be the
really
best.
are.
Are we releasing a movie schedule, or have we decided on that?
Oh, yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Our movie suggestions, because we were going through, like, I know we usually drop a calendar for people to follow along, but
People were asking on Twitter this morning if we are dropping this.
We should just drop one for the people and then give the insurance policy of we're not following this, but if you're a first timer,
Yeah, here's
we've
a
had
little
a shitload of new followers since last
Yeah.
year's Spooktober.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to be able to jump
'cause
on
I
board.
think like the suggestions of us, like, what we might watch tonight, engaging with the fans, like kind of being in it that way versus we have an official schedule, and then it seems like we need to be held to that schedule.
We'll drop that tomorrow for everybody.
I'll tell you what, I might pop on tonight. I'm gonna wait till the end of October for this one, but
What is it?
Thanksgiving. Have you guys not seen that movie?
Is that the
It
one with
is
the,
with a turkey.
oh my
It
god!
has
Don't
the
waste your time,
opening
Jack.
scene of this movie is a close up on a woman's nipple. And it zooms out.
Yo,
And the pilgrim, it is.
it's
It has a cult
insane.
following. It's ridiculous. On some else, there's 2 movies. There's Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving 3.
There's
And
no Thanksgiving.
the plot of Thanksgiving 3 is trying to find Thanksgiving 2. It's so bad, but it is legit. Like
It's
funny how bad it is.
Yeah.
The first line said in the movie is nice tits, bitch. That's the first line of that movie. But it is hilariously like, yeah, that's the turkey right there. It's so funny. But yeah, I will be tweeting out every single day what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Every single day what I'm watching. And I did give the guys a cheat sheet this because I know it's a tough month and I know not everybody's bought in as much as me, which is totally fine. But I logged into my own Netflix, put it on this morning, and there's been 3 different spooks being played on repeat, just so the boys for sure get their spooking, because I know you guys have a social life outside of the bus too, and you got shit to do on the weekends.
Honorable.
Yeah. You know what's honorable, dude? Body Armor. It's the best. Bus with the Boys is brought to you by Body Armor. From sport drinks to sport water, Body Armor keeps us hydrated all day long. Whether you're talking, watching, or even playing sports, Body Armor is our go-to choice. Real hydration, real ingredients packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. Body Armor has great tasting flavors like strawberry banana and blue raspberry. The best athletes in the world hydrate with Body Armor, like Ronald Acuna Jr., Christian
Gosh,
McCaffrey, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, Alex Morgan, and the latest athletes to join the team, Joe Burrow, which we got to get some wins. To be honest, yeah, my favorite. I'm a huge fan of blue raspberry. If I'm being, I really enjoy the blue raspberry.
Like the blue ras, dude?
I do like the blue ras. I'm a big fan of
You a
that.
blackout berry guy?
Huh?
You like the blackout berry?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I like that.
The label makes me feel so cool. Yeah, the black label, the
Yeah.
all black.
It does look kind of. It's got that look. It makes you feel more powerful, dude. But it's available in stores nationwide. Head over to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. With that being said, make sure you keep up all month with Spooktober, man. We're so happy to have you. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. 2 hours, 13 minutes of fun. What else could you possibly ask for? And yeah, dude, tweet at the boys. Tell us what you're watching. Show us how you're embracing the spook. Put the world on notice. Know that Spooktober is alive and well, and it's going to be the best month of 2023 until we get to November, baby. And then we just keep moving forward.
Yeah,
we
do,
are.
Man. We're here.
We're here, and it's time to fully buy in. So with that being said, big hugs, tiny kisses, and if you want, this is in the merch store right here. Grab these boys.